The Dawn of Drawn Dreams, Cartoon Animation, 1910 to 1940. Welcome, animation aficionados, to a journey through the very genesis of cartoon magic. We're diving headfirst into the vibrant, experimental era of 1910 to 1940, a time when animation was finding its feet, its voice, and its boundless imagination. Before CGI, before even cell animation became standardized, there was a world of painstaking hand-drawn frames. Imagine artists hunched over light boxes, meticulously redrawing backgrounds and characters one tiny increment at a time. Early pioneers like J. Stuart Blackton and Emil Cole used techniques like stop motion and direct animation. Blackton's humorous phases of funny faces used chalk drawings and stop motion, while Cole's phantasmagory was pure, surreal line art brought to life. These weren't just cartoons. They were experiments in movement, visual puns, and the sheer joy of making the impossible possible. They laid the groundwork for everything that followed. Creating a cartoon in the early days was a labor of love and a test of endurance. The process was far from streamlined. First, the story had to be conceived, often simple gags or scenarios that allowed for maximum visual humor. Then came the painstaking task of drawing each individual frame. Animators would draw key poses, and then in-betweeners would fill in the gaps to create the illusion of motion. Backgrounds were often static, hand-painted scenes that added depth to the action. Finally, the frames were photographed one by one onto film. This process, known as rostrum camera work, was incredibly time-consuming and required immense precision. Just how long did it take to bring these early cartoons to life? Prepare to be amazed. Even a short cartoon of just a few minutes could take weeks or even months to complete. Each second of screen time required dozens of individual drawings. Consider that a single minute of animation at 24 frames per second requires 1,440 drawings. This meant animators had to be incredibly dedicated and patient. The sheer volume of work involved highlights the passion and dedication of these early animators. They were true pioneers, pushing the boundaries of what was possible with limited technology. As the 1920s and 30s rolled around, animation began to evolve. New techniques emerged, and studios started to refine their processes. The introduction of cell animation was a game changer. This involved drawing characters on transparent sheets of celluloid, which could then be layered over a static background. This allowed for more complex animation and saved a significant amount of time. Studios like Disney, Warner Brothers, and Fleischer Studios began to emerge as major players. Sound also entered the picture, synchronizing music and sound effects with the on-screen action. This added a whole new dimension to the storytelling. This era gave birth to some of the most iconic cartoon characters of all time, characters that still resonate with audiences today. Mickey Mouse, created by Walt Disney, became a global phenomenon. His cheerful personality and slapstick antics captivated audiences worldwide. Popeye the Sailor Man, with his spinach-fueled strength, became a symbol of resilience and determination. Betty Boop, with her flapper style and playful charm, pushed boundaries and challenged conventions. These characters weren't just drawings, they were personalities with distinct voices, quirks, and motivations. They became cultural icons, shaping the way we think about animation. The cartoons of the 1910s to 1940s continue to inspire and influence animators today. Their legacy lives on in countless remakes, reinterpretations, and homages. Many classic characters have been reimagined for modern audiences, often with updated animation styles and storylines. The core essence of these characters, however, remains the same. Modern animation often pays tribute to the techniques and styles of the early days. Animators draw inspiration from the simplicity, the surrealism, and the sheer creativity of the pioneers. So, the next time you watch a cartoon, remember the artists who paved the way. Remember the painstaking hours, the innovative techniques, and the enduring characters that defined the dawn of drawn dreams.